Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Julie Chrisley's prison release soon. New details emerge. Julie Chrisley will attend her resentencing hearing next week. New reports are saying that the government is requesting that the judge resentence the Chrisley Knows Best star to 7 years in prison. What does this mean for Julie's potential release? Here is everything you need to know. Government issues a statement regarding Julie's resentencing. Todd and Julie Chrisley, as well as their accountant Peter Tarantino, were found guilty of conspiring to defraud banks and the IRS out of millions of dollars. The Chrisleys were initially sentenced to 19 years combined. Channel 2 Action News started investigating the Chrisley family in 2017. The news outlet learned that Todd Chrisley was evading Georgia state income taxes for several years. By 2018, it was known that the Chrisleys owed the state of Georgia $800,000 in liens. As fans know, Julie Chrisley's sentence was vacated in June by an appeals court judge. The same judge upheld her husband Todd Chrisley's conviction and his 12-year sentence. Now, as Julie's day in court draws nearer, people are wondering if she'll be released early. However, a sentencing statement filed in court on Monday says that the government is requesting the judge to sentence Julie to her original 7 years. For resentencing purposes, the government does not intend to introduce new or additional evidence on when Julie joined the bank fraud conspiracy. Instead, the government will proceed on an actual loss amount of $4.7 million. The actual loss incurred after Julie's real estate company received its first fraudulent loan on July 11, 2007, the statement read. It continued, at the first sentencing, the government recommended a within-guideline sentence. At resentencing, the government will urge the court to do the same, namely, to reimpose the same 84-month sentence, which is within the new adjusted guidelines range. Fans guessed Julie Chrisley's release date in 2025. After reading the government statement, several fans took to Reddit to discuss what this might mean for Julie Chrisley's resentencing next week. In the comments, many people started taking guesses at when Julie would be released from prison. In January, she will have served 2 years. On top of that, the Chrisley Knows Best star will receive time off for good behavior. From what I read, 84 months. Now they want full 7 years. So my best guess is should it happen, she's got almost 2 years done, 18 months good time, with all that around another year or so. One person wrote. Several others agreed, suggested that Julie Chrisley might be free as soon as next summer. My guess is she'll be out by next summer, one Reddit user chimed in. The error was the judge sentenced Julie based on when the fraud started, with there being no evidence to support her involvement from the very start. Documents show her involvement 1 or 2 years later. One fan suggested that Julie's cancer diagnosis may also have an impact on her resentencing, pointing out that she needs real doctors, adding, plus the younger kids needs her. Whispers echoed through the sterile corridors of Federal Medical Center Lexington, where Julie Chrisley has spent the last year of her life behind bars. Though the walls are lined with fluorescent lights and unyielding rules, something lately had changed in the air. A flurry of staff activity, unusually hushed conversations, and a palpable shift in Julie's demeanor had stirred speculation. Was her release imminent? Julie, once the matriarch of the polished Chrisley empire, known from Chrisley Knows Best, has spent her time in prison reading, teaching nutrition classes, and focusing on her faith. But it was during her most recent chapel service that fellow inmates noticed something odd. She was beaming. Not politely smiling, not gracefully composed as usual, but genuinely glowing. Rumors quickly spread. Did she get a letter from the courts? Whispered one inmate. Is Savannah working some media angle again? Guessed another. Behind the scenes, there was something stirring. According to confidential documents leaked to a popular true crime blog, Julie's legal team had quietly filed a humanitarian release request in early June. The appeal cited her model inmate status, her deteriorating health from an ongoing battle with fibrocystic disease, and her critical role in supporting her youngest son, Grayson, whose recent legal troubles have only added to the family's stress. What caught most people off guard, however, was a new clause attached to the request. A cooperation deal Julie reportedly agreed to. An insider from the Bureau of Prisons told a Nashville tabloid that Julie provided in-depth and fully corroborated testimony regarding financial misconduct among other high-profile inmates. "She's not a snitch," the insider insisted. "She's strategic. She saw an opportunity to do the right thing and secure her family's future." Todd, still locked away in the Florida Panhandle, is reportedly furious about the cooperation. This family never talked. He allegedly wrote in a heated letter to his attorney, which somehow made its way to the press. "We stood together. Now I hear Julie's playing martyr and broker. This ain't the Julie I knew." But even Savannah, who has long defended both parents equally, seems to have pivoted. A cryptic post on her Instagram story last week read, "Moms do what they have to do. The rest, we'll see who was really protecting who." If all goes to plan, Julie could be released into home confinement by the end of September 2025, pending a final sign-off from the district court. She would live with her daughter Savannah in Nashville under strict electronic monitoring and would be prohibited from profiting off any media deals until her sentence formally ends in 2027. What would that mean for the Chrisley brand? Network insiders from USA Network and Peacock are reportedly in early talks about a documentary-style special. Julie's Return, Grace, Grit, and The Road Home. Producers are eyeing a 1-hour premiere, followed by a 4-part series chronicling her adjustment to life after prison, including her first meeting with Todd since the split rumors began, her complicated relationship with Chase and Savannah, and her reunion with Grayson, who recently withdrew from college amid media attention. Not everyone is cheering for Julie's return, though. Critics argue her early release is a slap in the face to justice. Just because she kept her head down in prison doesn't mean she's redeemed, said one former fan in a trending Reddit post. She still lied, she still stole, and she still gaslit America. But Julie's supporters, including some celebrity friends like Kathy Lee Gifford and Candace Cameron Bure, have vocally supported her throughout her sentence. Candace even posted a video praying for Julie's strength last Christmas. With mounting pressure and public interest, the Bureau of Prisons is reportedly scrambling to handle what one staff member called a release case unlike any we've had in recent years. In the meantime, Julie has taken to writing. Fellow inmates claim she's working on a memoir, one that she calls Unwrapped, The Layers of Julie. One handwritten excerpt shared anonymously reads, "They called me perfect. Then they called me a liar. In here, they just call me Julie. And maybe for the first time, that's all I need to be." Todd, on the other hand, remains entangled in his own legal mess. He's filed a countersuit against the Department of Corrections, claiming religious discrimination after being denied a private Easter service this past year. Chase, now estranged from both parents, recently slapped his father during a heated medical facility visit, according to TMZ. The family's legal threads remain tightly knotted, but Julie's thread may soon be gently pulled free. Savannah has begun redecorating her guest house in preparation for her mother's return. On a recent podcast episode, she tearfully described a vision board in Julie's handwriting, taped inside her closet. She never stopped believing she'd come home, Savannah said. She believed God could move mountains, and maybe he just did. As the final court date nears, Julie's legal team remains cautiously optimistic. "Nothing is guaranteed," said her attorney, Margaret Fields, "but we believe Julie has done everything required of her." And then some.